Today, we're talking loading and unloading a handgun. First things first, as soon as the handgun is in my hands, I'm going to ensure that it is in fact unloaded before I start introducing a source of ammunition into the gun. So I do that by ensuring that the chamber is empty and making sure that the mag is empty. Next, I insert the magazine just as much as I can see the first round disappear into the mag well. Once I see that, I open my hands and finish seating the mag until I feel and hear a click of that magazine engage into the mag well. Next, I have a couple options as to how I send the slide forward on this handgun. I can reach up here and do what's called a slingshot. That's grab the slide, maybe a little of the optic, and just disengage that slide release and let go. All right, notice how I didn't baby the slide forward. I just let the slide go just by opening my hand. All right, that's option one. Option two is I just press down on that slide release, and that looks like this. All right, if you ask me, I'm going with the second option. I like to just send the slide forward with the slide release. All right, now it's safe to assume that the gun's loaded, right? I can just start shooting. No, all right, if you think back to the safety rule video, we don't assume anything about handguns, okay? So this is a perfect opportunity to ensure that it is loaded. And I'm gonna do that by all I want you to see is I'm just gonna do this action with my fingers, okay? My thumb and my left index finger. And all I'm grabbing is a little bit of the slide. I'm not grabbing plastic of the frame or anything like that, just the slide, okay? And all that causes me to do, if I push and pull slightly, you can see, I can see brass in there inside that chamber, and I know beyond a shadow of a doubt that the gun is loaded, okay? Next, what I have to do is I'm just gonna open my hand, but in some cases, you'll see that, especially with guns with high round counts, it is possible that the slide will hang back to the rear like this. All I have to do is just tap the slide forward, and now it's in battery, and now it's ready to shoot, okay? So I've gotten my shooting done. Now it's time to, of course, unload the gun, okay? No, I'm not gonna sit here and just eject rounds out of the chamber. That's not how we do things, okay? I need to remove the source of ammunition first, all right? So I'm gonna pop out the magazine by hitting that mag release, typically on the weak side of the gun. So for me, I'm a right-handed shooter. My weak side would be the left hand, so my mag release is on the left side of the gun, okay? So I apply inward pressure, and that's what pops the mag out. Next, I have to clear the chamber. All right, so I'm gonna assume a firm grip, and I'm gonna apply a little pressure this way with my shooting hand. And if you think back to just the slingshot method I talked about earlier, with my fingertips, I'm gonna grab onto the slide, maybe engage some of the optic, all right, and just push and pull. And that's what's gonna clear that chamber for me. So from here, I can just let the gun go forward, okay? I've done the job of clearing the chamber, but of course, we don't assume anything about the chamber being cleared. I have to ensure that's happening. Okay, so I'm gonna lock the slide to the rear. And again, instead of applying downward pressure on that slide release, I'm gonna apply upward pressure here. Maintaining pressure on that slide release, I'm going to rack the slide once more, thus locking the slide to the rear and giving me easy access into the chamber and into the mag well. And I know beyond a shadow of a doubt that the gun is unloaded. So notice during this process, at no point did I violate any of the safety rules. Whether I'm carrying concealed, teaching, or training myself, I like to follow this process to the T so I know that it's loaded when I need it or it's unloaded when I'm done.